Hey guys, I'm here with another video. The idea for today is my impressions, feedback uh, after owning this car for 3 months. It's really an amazing car, nothing to say, nothing to say. While I talk, I will do a very quick tour. I'm gonna walk around to show the car to you. Beautiful car, nothing to say. And the rear, in my opinion, it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. The more I like it, the more I look at that, and the more I like it. Nothing to say. And moving on a side, these wheels are really beautiful as well. And overall, the combination of color, I think, at least for my preference, it is just perfect. Now, when I ordered it, initially I ordered it white with 10 interior. Actually, the name was Tartufo. I think it would have been a very beautiful combination, but not as sportive and aggressive as this Brooklyn gray with the red interior. Now I ordered it with red interiors. Let me show that to you. Here we are, which is in my opinion a really nice combination. Now I think it was the F82. It had red interiors that were like really bright, really like almost a fake red. I don't know how to explain it. And that, in my opinion, was too much. It was so bright that it was really not very pleasant to me. This red, it's more like a Bordeaux color, more like a Cartier color, Cartier red, rather than a very bright one. In my opinion, it's beautiful because you have very nice alignments of color between the seats and then all the red buttons that you have pretty much everywhere. And then looking from outside, you will see the brakes. So red calipers. That is a very good, gives a very good tone, very good alignment with the interiors. And then one of the best part, in my opinion, on choosing a light color rather than a very dark one, is that all the details that you can that you have in this car are highlighted very well. So you can see a very nice contrast between the gray of the body and all the details that you're gonna see on there. Then of course the front vent that a lot of people criticized, and then the skirt, the carbon roof rather than the mirrors, the back spoiler. All these details, in my opinion, are really highlighted, and also the the frame that is in black. All these details are emphasized by this color. In my opinion, it was a really good choice. Coming to the front of the car, as I was mentioning a few seconds ago, guys, I like it. I love it. Honestly, I love this grille, the kidney grille. Would I change it? No. If I look at now the previous model, the F80, guys, I prefer this setup. This design, in my opinion, looks way more aggressive. Now, if you look at the standard Series 4 with the honeycomb grille, well, at the point I do not like it personally, but in the M with this kind of pattern on the grille, in my opinion, is beautiful. So that is just to give you an idea. Now, after 3 months, I love this car. I love pretty much everything in terms of design of this car. If I need to pick a side that I'm not a huge fan, it's gonna be this point of view. I don't know why, I've never been a huge fan of the way it looks by looking the side, but if you look at the rear and the front, in my opinion, are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's get inside, and I want to show you a few things. And by the way, as I've already mentioned in another video, I put a film that is ceramic coated on the windows, guys, and I put it, of course, in the rear glass, of course, both the windows on the side, and I put the stripe here at the top of the windshield. Guys, I highly recommend to put a ceramic coating. I don't know how it's called, but it's ceramic, yeah, I think coated, ceramic based film. It's incredible how much heat is able to block. So if I leave the car outside under the sun like this, the car is not going to get hot. Of course, it's gonna get warm if there are 95 degrees outside, but it's absolutely another life compared to not having them installed. Let's jump inside. Now, when I got the car, as I said in a previous video, since I have 2 kids, I thought, well, why am I getting an M4 and not an M3? And I was a little bit concerned about the space. Guys, it's incredible, and honestly, it's incredible how perfectly the kids fit there. My son is almost 5 years old, and when he sits behind me, I can put my driver's seats all the way set in a way that I can comfortably drive. And I mean, I would not go any, I would not move the seat behind not even 1 inch if it was not there. I don't know if it makes sense. So even with my son behind, I don't need to, I don't feel stretched, but I don't feel any issue in fitting in the front seat. When it comes to my daughter, well, we have the her seat there. Well, her seat is actually huge. It's really, really big. So if my daughter is of course in the back seat and I'm a passenger, well, at the point I will be a little bit sacrificed. I mean, I don't have much space only because her seat is huge. But once my daughter is going to move to the seat like my son, I will not have any issue at all in fitting. So that is for everyone that is actually thinking, well, I have kids and I want an M4 and not an M3. As of today, after 3 months, and I go to pick my kids up from school every day, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Then coming to other impressions about the car is, let's get now a little bit into the engine side of the car. Now, the first thing that I can say is how incredible, honestly, is being able to ride on a car that has 520 horsepower, 510 horsepower, in a setup that is efficient and everything in comfort. And when I do that, the car is so smooth. Guys, it is insane how smooth the car is. Now, when it comes to of course the how stiff the chassis is, of course it's a very sportive car and you're gonna feel some bump, but it's absolutely comfortable and a completely different story when compared to my Tesla that was extremely rigid. So it's not like my wife's car. She has XC90 that is like riding on a cloud. It is not like that, but it's extremely comfortable. And then what I love the most is once you drive it, let me turn it on now. Once you actually drive it, in everything in eco, even the gearbox set on the lowest speed, well guys, it's insane because the car stays roughly at 2100 RPM. That's where the car is gonna stay, and it's such a comfortable ride. And then once you actually move the setup from efficient to sport or sport plus, the car completely changes the dynamics of acceleration and so on. Honestly guys, it's insane how fast this car goes. It's I had a Tesla Model 3 Stealth, was very fast car, really fast. But when you drive this car, you have immediately the idea that you are actually riding on a very sportive car. It's a sportive car, nothing to say. It's really a beast. There are a few things that I noticed so far and I wanted to share with you. First, I like driving in efficient, and keep in mind that by the way, the average that I'm getting in terms of miles per gallon is around 18 in the city, and I don't go very slow. So that is it's a miles per it's a gas consumption that is really not bad for a 510 horsepower car. Anyway, I usually ride it in sport mode rather than efficient. Now the reason why I have to do that is because the exhaust actually is not open if you leave it in efficient mode. Let me show you right now. So now I'm gonna turn the car on. The exhaust button is on, but the exhaust system is actually, the valve is closed. If I accelerate, you feel it. See, there is not much noise. If I put it in sport mode, now it gets louder. And then if I put in Sport Plus, it gets even louder. It changed completely the tone. So of course, when I ride on my car, I like when you feel the bangs, no, when you downshift. I like it, and of course I have to leave it in sport mode just to have the exhaust valve open. That is something that I would completely change if I was able to actually probably code the car and have that the car opening the exhaust valve even in efficient mode. So that's something I wanted to mention. Second, when it comes to the brake setup, I noticed that when the brakes gets warm, or actually hot, not hot but very warm, and I am in sport mode, they really start getting very loud. So they whistle quite a bit, they squeal quite a bit, especially when I brake just lightly. Now, if I brake lightly, I hear they get quite loud with this squeak. However, if I then brake heavier, at that point, as I press more on the brake pedal, the noise goes away. I noticed that as I actually wash the car and the brakes, the discs, it actually, the noise goes away for a bit, but then after a few miles, they're gonna start making noises again. And by the way, guys, if you are like me and you like having a very clean car and clean wheels, I can tell you immediately that with this car it's a nightmare. Those brakes and discs produce so much braking powder that after really a few miles, your wheels are already super dirty. So that's something I wanted to mention that is quite annoying, but it is the way it is. So those are the things that I noticed so far, and there are a few things that I wanted to share with you. Now, when the acceleration is very peculiar, and the torque that you get, it's really peculiar as well. Let me tell you what I mean by that. When I drive, if I want to accelerate as the car is already moving, let's say that the car is at, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 RPM, and I floored it, it takes always like a fraction of a second as a turbo lag, no, to actually get to the right power. You feel the turbo lag, it's there. I mean, nothing to say. However, if you are already riding at high RPM and you change gear, it's insane how fast the gearbox is, and it's really impressive how the actual acceleration never stops. As you change gear, you feel a kick on your back, and the car goes very fast. However, if you're trying to floor it from like a traffic light or from zero, at a point the car really needs, it's insane. I mean, it takes probably almost 1 second to get to the right RPM, and then it's gonna kick you quite hard. But before arriving there, the car, I don't know, it doesn't peak like it should. No, it does not accelerate. You don't have that instant torque that, of course, I cannot expect the same torque that I had with my Tesla. But still, when you accelerate, it takes an enormous amount of time before getting to the right RPM. That's something I wanted to share with you guys. However, if you put the car in, if you launch it in launch control, it's an animal. I mean, it's something that I've never experienced in my life, not even with my Tesla. I uploaded a video. That was the only launch that I did so far, and I will upload another video. And the launch control was so fast, the launch was so fast that my wife that was recording, actually she lost the phone. The phone flew away. That was insane, way more than my Tesla. And I think that that launch control, I think I got 3 seconds, 0.1, 3.0, 3.1. It was insane, honestly. But if you're not launching the car and you want to floor it from zero, well, I think that I would like to have a feedback from other owners of M4 and M3. I would like to have their feedback to see if they experienced this as well. That's something that it's absolutely noticeable. You can notice it easily when you floor it from the traffic light. It takes a bit to get to the right RPM, and then it goes super fast and nothing to say. So those are the two main things. How when the exhaust valve opens, only in Sport and actually Sport Plus. That's the first annoying thing to me. The second one is the acceleration of the car. So when it gets to the right RPM from starting from 0 miles per hour, it takes quite a bit. The last thing that I wanted to share with you is that those headlights are amazing, honestly. When I drive at the night, it's insane the amount of lights, how bright they are. However, as you guys know, here in the States, the LED active matrix is disabled. So the function is not provided here in the States. I know a few places that can unlock it, like for $95 or something like that. I'm thinking to, I don't know, to consider an alternative like that. I don't know if any of you guys has anyone has actually done it, and if you have any feedback to provide us. I would be really curious to see what these lights can do when the laser is actually activated and with the active matrix, LED matrix. I would really like to see how they work. Overall, incredible car, really incredible car, and the versatility of this car is what makes it such an amazing car. Honestly, I go to work with this car every day. I put it in eco, everything in eco. Chassis is so comfortable, it's so soft. The gearbox is very soft as well. And then on the way back home, I put it in sport mode, sometimes in sport plus, and the car becomes an animal. I mean, the noise from the engine is just perfect. Now, it's not as loud as other cars, as other sportive cars, but the tone, it's just incredible. The engine is fast, the car is so fun to drive, and you still have a lot of space to enjoy inside. Now, this video today was a little bit longer than the video that I usually upload, like 10-11 minutes. I apologize, but I had quite a bit to tell you guys as the first update after 3 months owning this car. I'm planning to bring this car on a racetrack soon and to do another launch, and of course I will make a video out of that. Last but not least, if you guys are interested in any feedback about the braking period and what I did, please just let me know and I will be happy to upload another video. Thank you guys, and please leave any comments on things that you are interested in, that you want to know, and I will be happy to upload another video.